Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Friday. Just wanted to hop on and share a little bit of a weekly update to talk about things that I am working on here in St. Paul, just to keep everybody informed. So I'm looking at my whiteboard in front of me, and I've got some notes just so I don't forget anything, because there's a lot happening. So it has been another busy week. On Monday, I had 2 bills in committee. One in the Human Services Committee that was actually brought to me by a constituent that would require coverage for hospice care for the room and board portion of hospice care. Currently other services are covered, but Medicaid does not cover room and board. So there are instances where there are folks who don't get the care that they need because it's not covered, which is not right. And so it was an honor to present that bill in committee. Also had another stop in the bill that I've talked about before around workplace violence in the human services field. So that was heard in human services as well. And I'm proud to say that was included in the omnibus bill, which I'll talk about in just a minute. Also on Monday, on the floor of the Senate, we passed out a bill related to emergency funding for rental assistance, which is really, really important. $50 million, which will go to families to help keep families with young kids housed. Really, really important. And we know that we are all better off when our neighbors are housed. Also on Monday, we passed off the floor a bill related to medical assistance, making sure that people are able to have continuous coverage with the end of the COVID emergency. So important stuff. Also on Monday, we had a legislative iftar, which if you're not familiar with that, is connected to the holiday of Ramadan, which is happening right now. We were able to share a meal and a dinner with our Muslim friends and colleagues, and it was really, really wonderful, and I was grateful to be able to take part in that. On Tuesday, it was Disability Services Day on the Hill. The rotunda was full of people. It was amazing. I was honored to be able to speak. It really was a great experience. Not only was the rotunda full, but our office building was full of constituents coming to talk to us about disability advocacy. It was really, really great, and so good to have people in the People's House. Also on Tuesday, I had a number of bills in committee. One was in HHS around the diaper bank. And so this is an organization that provides diapers and wipes to those who need it. A full third of families with young kids don't have the resources they need to all the time provide diapers to their little ones. And so really great organization that helps with that. And then I also had 3 bills up in the Capital Investment Committee. And so looking at putting together a bill around projects because the bonding bill, we couldn't get our Republican colleagues to vote for a bonding bill. We're now working to put together a cash bill to fund projects that are needed. So I was grateful to be able to take 3 projects from Rochester. One was a materials recovery facility related to waste and recycling. We currently send all of our recycling materials in Rochester. Those are driven up to the Twin Cities to be disposed of. And so not the best use of what we should be doing with our waste. And so it would be a facility to help with that. Also a park and ride in Rochester, and new facilities for our parks department, which have been in the same building for decades and have really outgrown that space. So I'm happy to present those bills. On Thursday, then I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. It was Veterans Day on the Hill, and so again, amazing to just see folks, to have the rotunda be full and have some great speakers, and to really honor those who have served our country. On Thursday, I was honored to chair the Housing Committee as the vice chair as we passed out our omnibus bill. And I'll just say a note about where we are at in session right now. We are putting together our omnibus bills in committee, which just means it's a package bill. All the work up to this point, we've been hearing bills in committee, and chairs are putting together packages of bills that will then move forward. And so I am really, really proud to say that we are investing $1 billion with a B in housing, which is historic and transformative really for families. It is not enough to solve our entire housing crisis, but it will make a huge difference for thousands and thousands of families across the state. And so it really is a balanced package that addresses both homelessness and renting and home ownership and supply. And so we have to deal with all of those pieces of our housing crisis, and really, really proud of that bill. Also on Thursday, off the floor of the Senate, we heard a bill from my colleague, Senator Claire Umover-Bayton, that allowed adjunct staff through the university systems, college systems, to be able to opt in to be unionized if they choose to do so. A good bill and had bipartisan support. And then today we are hearing our HHS omnibus bill this afternoon. I'm just headed that way momentarily here. So we will hear it today. We will mark it up or take amendments on it on Monday and then pass it out on Monday. Also today is Trans Visibility Day. So in the rotunda earlier this morning, it was again packed full of folks, really a joyful celebration. And you know, we know that trans folks, our trans neighbors, are under attack for in many directions and in many ways, but we all are better when we are all able to get the care that we need and be loved and supported as we should be, and really be our full selves. And so I was really grateful to be with friends and colleagues and community in the rotunda today to celebrate Trans Visibility Day. So I hope you all have a great weekend. I will be on to share more next week. If you have questions, please reach out, and have a great afternoon. Thanks.